皆さん、こんにちは。Welcome back to Mango's series on Japanese writing systems. In our last episode, we focused on all 46 basic hiragana. Today, we are going to focus on another type of character, katakana. We'll learn what the katakana represent and how they are different from hiragana. Are you ready? では、始めましょう。Just like hiragana, katakana represents sounds.And each katakana character corresponds to one mora. As you may recall, there are 46 basic moras in Japanese. So, just as there are 46 basic hiragana, we have 46 basic katakana as well. At this point, you may be feeling a little overwhelmed that you have to memorize another set of characters that represent exactly the same sounds as hiragana. But as we learned in episode 1,Both hiragana and katakana evolved from kanji to make reading and writing Japanese easier. In modern Japanese, hiragana have become the more basic characters. If you don't know certain kanji or katakana, you can still spell things out in hiragana and people will understand. But katakana have been given distinct and important functions. They are used to transcribe long words, foreign names,scientific terms, onomatopoeia, and more. That's why when you visit Japan, you'll find katakana characters everywhere, on store signs, in product names, and more. In order to truly read Japanese, it's important to learn katakana. Just like we had a hiragana chart to practice with, we have a katakana chart too, and they are organized exactly the same.Download the chart from the Language Learning Resources section of our website and make sure to follow along, row by row. Feel free to pause the video at any time. At the top, we have the 5 vowels. A, I, U, E, O. Here's an English loanword you may find in Japanese travel magazines. E, A, air. Yes.Air, like Air Canada or air conditioner. And now, let's combine these vowels with all the consonants. Ka, ki, ku, ke, ko. Can you figure out this word? It's the name of a fruit from New Zealand. Ki, u, I, kiwi, kiwi. Let's move on to the third row.Sa, shi, su, se, so. Here's a practice word. Can you tell which nation is this? Su, I, su. Swiss. Swiss. That's what the Japanese call Switzerland. What about this word? Ki, su, kiss. Kiss. Let's move on to the next row.Ta, chi, tsu, te, to. Here's a test. Can you read this word? Te, su, to, testo. Test. I told you it was a test. Moving on. Na, ni, nu, ne, no. Here's a must-have item for Japanese businessmen. Ne, ku, ta, I, necktie, a necktie. Let's continue. Ha, hi, fu, he, ho. This one's a nice vacation destination. Ta, hi, chi, Tahichi. Yes, Tahiti. Let's cut to another example. Na, I, fu, knife, a knife.The next word is ma, mi, mu, me, mo. Here are a couple of words for practice. Me, mo, memo. This one is easy. Memo. What about this city? Ma, I, a, mi. Miami. Miami, of course. The next word is one of the shorter ones, just like in hiragana.Ya, you, yo. Can you read this word? Ma, yo, mayo, mayo, short for mayonnaise. And here is ラ、リ、ル、レ、ロ. If you are a coffee lover, you must know this word. ラテ、ラテ, latte. And here's a longer word for a good cause. リ、サ、イ、クル. Recycle is the Japanese term for recycling. Lastly, we have わ、お, and ん. Here is a fun word. わ、ん、わ、ん, ワンワン. Can you guess which animal makes this sound? It's how Japanese dogs say, bow wow. Now that we've seen all the basic characters of katakana and hiragana, let's see how some of them compare. On the left is hiragana, and on the right is its katakana counterpart. As you can see, katakana is generally a little simpler and more angular than hiragana. Some pairs look very similar and are a little easier to memorize, like か、き、せ、も、や、り, and perhaps the easiest, へ. As you practice your pairs, keep an eye out for other patterns to help you memorize them. Some katakana can even look alike to other katakana, and you'll need to pay special attention to not confuse them. For example, し and つ look very similar. It's easier to remember which is which when you associate them with the shapes of their hiragana counterparts. For example, the shape of the hiragana し is oriented a bit to the left, and all these strokes of the katakana し are aligned to the left as well. The third stroke goes up toward the right, just like the end of the hiragana し. Meanwhile, the shape of the hiragana つ is horizontally oriented and more to the top. And you'll notice that all these strokes of the katakana つ are aligned to the top as well. Also, the third stroke goes down towards the left, just like the end of the hiragana つ. To help you learn all these katakana along with hiragana, Mango Languages offers useful resources. On our website, you see both katakana and hiragana charts for download, so you can review and compare the characters. Mango's Japanese course is also a great place where you can read and strengthen your katakana and hiragana knowledge, with some help from the Romaji pop-ups. Click on a word to hear a native speaker enunciate it clearly and slowly to strengthen your vocabulary. Mango even has 2 specialty units, English loanwords and mimetic words that are both filled with katakana. With a little bit of practice, you'll be able to start reading Japanese in no time. Thank you for watching. どうもありがとうございました。じゃ、また。